Coach, how would you evaluate offense performance against Purdue?
We played well at times, didn't play well enough to win. Got to score more points to put our team in a better position. Too many 3 and outs, obviously wasn't near good enough.
Feels like you guys obviously scored in the red zone when you got there. What was the issue of just sustaining drives?
They made some plays and we didn't, and we didn't execute at times and had opportunities to sustain drives and at least get drives started, and didn't take advantage of those opportunities, and didn't do enough in that moment from a play calling standpoint or an execution standpoint as an offense, right? Us together to get the ball rolling. The drives that we did, we had I guess 3 drives where we did get the ball rolling a little bit in the drive, and we were able to sustain a couple of those and score. But really disappointed in the lull that we hit there after we started so fast. I think we had 3 and outs in a row. And especially once the defense got us a turnover at midfield, an opportunity to go up 14-0, and we went 3 and out was a tough pill to swallow. It was a disappointing part of the game there for sure.
I know Brett all talked about injuries, but if Chase can't go, and we've seen Josh was in the boot, what does that look like rotation-wise?
I think you're probably, to your point, Coach, will probably address some of that, but a lot of it's, I think, still TBD to a large degree. And hey, that's why you got, this is a time of year in college football and this type of conference where you got a next man up mentality, and at all positions, and those guys that are running backs, Reggie and Chase Hayden, and even some of the young guys. I mean, they got to be ready to roll, and they have been. We've been priming them and getting them ready for opportunities, and so that's just kind of how you go about this time of year. You just deal with whatever's next and have the next man up mentality.
Barry, is there something you've seen with the O-line play and the ability to maybe run, especially on early downs, that have kind of held you back the last couple of weeks, and compared to how much success you had in the first couple of months?
Yeah, we got I think obviously, you get later in the year and people have more film, and that's part of it from a strategy standpoint. It's showing, more of people understand more of what we're trying to do and who we are. And there's been a lot of focus on Chase, so that's ratcheted up the attention there in our run game for sure, rightfully so. But anything specific? I mean, there were several times, a few times in the game the other day, we handed the ball off in a non-favorable box count, and that always puts a little bit more stress. Not always, not a little bit more stress. It puts more stress on our line in that regard when that happens. So we have to be certainly more assertive and aggressive, and when we choose to pump the ball out there off of loaded boxes. And so people are doing more things to try to affect us on early down. We got to be more efficient on early downs, that's for sure, whether it's run or pass. I think we were, roughly around 15 runs and 12 passes on first down the other day from a balance standpoint. But when we handed the ball off, or throwing it, we got to be more efficient. I think overall we were like a 40%, 43% rate of efficiency on first down, and we needed that to be over 50. So for us to stay on track, if not 55. So we really fell in that area, or fell short in that area. We didn't fail. We fell short in that area of being efficient. And so it's not just the line. It's a collective effort.
You mentioned the lull after kind of a real snappy drive to get things going. You've had those a few times this year. Is there anything similar in those situations where you knew it really well and then kind of just hit a brick wall?
We have started fast. That's been kind of a recurring theme for us. The last several weeks, we've several weeks in a row. I don't know. I can't remember what happened against. Obviously, we didn't start fast against Michigan State, but I think 4 of the last 5 games we've started with the score, and I may be wrong about that, but I know there's been a few of those that have. And the game's about execution from start to finish, right? From first play of the drive to last play of the drive, and we just haven't been consistent enough. We've certainly had our peaks, and then a great microcosm the other day was how fast we started, and we weren't able to muster up any form of consistency for a few drives there, and whatever reason that is, I don't know if there's a common theme or not. The common theme would be probably us not playing to our capabilities, or executing to the standard that we need to be able to execute to be able to move the ball. And I say we, I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about us, as coaches and play callers, and guys that are on the field executing it all across all positions, we have not done well enough.
Because depending on where you are health-wise, can you still change some things with 3 games left or 2 games left to kind of, there's some things you haven't done yet that you still could do, maybe vertical passing game or two
Sure.
back sets, or are there things you can do that
Sure,
way?
there's always opportunities each week
Okay.
to grow and to, what you did in the previous game and showed an emphasis on, there's building blocks to be able to add new wrinkles or add things that haven't been seen, and that's something that we're always, striving for and doing as we game plan and think through, what could be hard to defend or what could propose a problem or a different look to the defense. And so I think each week that goes by, you see some of those show up. So yeah, certainly with the time, a lot of football left, and obviously our focus is this week on Michigan is be able to take what we've done and what can we add some wrinkles off that would help our offense. We're always open to that.
Barry, have already played 2 top 5 scoring defenses this year. What makes Michigan on paper or on film
Yeah.
the number 1?
Yeah.
out of all that? What's the challenge?
Well, it is a unique challenge, and obviously you're this deep into the season, 10 games into it, and you've done what they've done statistically. It's pretty phenomenal, pretty impressive. And you turn the film on and they back it up. I mean, they play fast and physical. They're very, very, very multiple in the back end. Very, I think it's been well documented. It's a pro style, defense that came from the Ravens tree, and you would say look at it and it's very complicated to a large degree. When I say complicated, it's complex, which is the same, I guess, but there's rhyme and reason to it. I mean, it's not just chaos. Obviously, you can't play as good as defense as they play without it being very detailed, organized, and their players are very sure of what they're doing, and they've got really good players. So all those are really good ingredients to have an outstanding defense like they do, and we'll have to put our best foot forward, have a great week of prep to show our guys what they're going to see, some of the unique challenges that they're going to face on Saturday, and then to be able to put our best foot forward, we're going to have to really, we're going to have to grow. We're going to have to use the disappointment and the pain from the last couple of weeks to propel us forward when it comes to Saturday.
You kind of talked about teams being able to see a lot of film. Why don't you kind of adjust to your scheme, what you've shown as a coordinator? What's your process for ice countering that or reacting to that? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't me, saying that we didn't move the ball the other day at times because, we were just, we didn't have any answers or that we didn't have. It's just this time of year, right? I mean, it's just you got a lot of validation on either side of the ball and who they want to be, and they're going to, just like the other day, some of the success we had was because they were trying to take away some of the strengths that we had, and we countered with, a different scheme that helped us be successful. So it's a two-way street in that regard, and so, but I think always during the course, our identity has been pretty established on what we wanted to be and who we try to be and what's helped us this year. And so then you're always looking for ways to enhance that, this time of year, a scheme, a wrinkle, a formation, a shift, a motion, just something that can help maybe shift the eyes of the defense or the coordinator to not focus on, this is the same formation that they've done this out of and expect this. So we're very conscientious of that this time of year.
Barry, you talked about the count in the man box. You seem like a big zone decision making by Tommy DeVito, and he seems like he's made good decisions all year. So what's the key to improving that, I guess?
Yeah, he's really made a lot of good decisions for us. I mean, inevitably, we talked about that. I mean, that's how college football is across most everybody that's playing, is your quarterback's making a lot of decisions, not just on the passing game, but in the run, and made some phenomenal decisions the other day when we pulled the ball and threw some of the post throws down the field and had two really nice ones of those, and just the consistency, just doing it on every play, and because sometimes if you miss one, it can it can bog us down. You can get behind the chains if we miss one, and that just happened a handful of times the other day, and but nonetheless, we got to be spot on those opportunities. Like he's been a very high percentage decision making through the course of the year. I mean, in an incredible way, and just has really helped us in that regard in a very strong manner. And so, but yeah, we got to be better in that regard and more consistent. And so it's not overly complicated from that standpoint. It's just You know, you add a motion or a shift here, and sometimes they can give a different look, and they're disguising things too. You know, the defense is disguising their inserts a little bit last week, and so, but the consistency there is really important.
See Brian kind of emerge as a down the field type threat there, and we saw Pat do that earlier in the season to some degree. What does that allow for you offensively as a play caller to have those options to put one deep to complement where Chase is?
Yeah, it was important for us to, important for me to, last week, to push the ball down the field a little bit, and Brian got us off to a great start, made a great contested catch, and that's one of the things, our guys have done that. When they've had opportunities to make plays, a lot of good, good things have happened, and it's got something that we got to continue to, give opportunities to foster us, chunk yardage plays and those types of things. That's the name of the game. I mean, you're going to get, a loaded box, and you're going to get isolated coverage. You got to be able to test those waters and be able to convert when you put them down the field. And I thought Brian did a really nice job of that the other day.
All good? Thank you, guys.
Anybody else? Okay, good.